Good morning, fellow traders, and let's dive in on another market update. So as usually, I come in every morning and just see what's happened since yesterday and while I was sleeping. So then I absorb, make my ideas and see what is happening. So on 1 hour time frame, so this is where we were yesterday. So this move happened all yesterday, so it's created a lower low. After this, just quickly remove all of them and then go to the daily time frame, see what is happening on daily. So this is my first time as well coming back straight to the charts after my morning routines. We are in mid-Asia, so we still have plenty of time for UK open. So on a daily, again, so it broke below this neckline, so it's created lower low here. It's pushing up a little bit. But where it's gonna go, it's been, it's coming slowly down. So let's see the smaller time frames. Let's have a look actually on zoom out. What do we see on daily? If you're looking on the charts like this, we are still clearly coming down. We are way below 255. We are at the EMAs, so it's like indecision time for me, where I can see clearly it doesn't want to go up more above this fair value gap here. So that zone was marked there as well. Okay, but it's still holding the 50 EMA, so we'll see what is the smaller time frames tell us. So same again, it's the wedge, it's coming down. It's actually broke through the wedge because these were the 2 points we marked. We're just going to see that, and it's I think it's retesting there the bottom of the wedge. So 4 hours broke below all the EMAs. It's closed a little bit below 255, but it's just holding up. Can we get above? Well, we really have to start really pushing up to see more upside. I am more leaning now to downside, so it's didn't stay above this order block, so it came down to the next one. So it bounced off this order block, it collected this liquidity, and it's pushed up. So because it's collected the liquidity, that's why it's pushed up. But where they want to go now? So we have this area here, my fair value gap. There's also order block just above that as well. So this order block is probably better area for me. So I'll just put down order block. Where it could reject, but you also can reject anywhere in this zone. So because if you're going to go to 1 hour time frames, we'll be able to see better what is there. And you see it's at the trend line now. So because this is the wedge, and I said if it breaks below, closes below and retests again, we might be going down. So and then this currently meets that criteria, unless it's going to start pushing up higher. If you want to see higher prices, it needs to go break above this order block and then come back and retest. It would probably work like this: comes back, retests, and then it goes up like this. But currently I don't see that happening. It's still bullish. There's 2 bullish candles. This candle coming in, the last candle is still forming, so we have to see what is happening. What I'm looking now, there was long opportunities here last night because it's created the W formation here on the smaller time frames, and some of the coins we're gonna have a look, they actually did pretty well, like BNB. That's did pretty well, but most of these that I'm looking, they all created a W formation here. So that was the entries to go longs, and if you're long, you could stay in long, but if we can't break about 20 or 50, we're most likely going to go back, so we can retest this area. So what I'm looking is, on 1 hour, it's came off order block, it's created high and low, it's broke the neckline, so it's going up. How far it can go? So there's this order block here. Okay, it's demands or supply zone, order block, it's all in the same place, and it's at the levels now. We'll put the supply zone on 1 hour, because this cluster is that where's loads of orders, and that's supply zone. So, and it's also at 1 hour 50 EMA. So if it pushes up rejects the 255, comes back. If it creates another higher low here, then it's great. If not, we might be going down lower. So because we have a new order block on here, so this is an order block, and we can see the price came back, retested the order block and pushed up. So that tells me that maybe we want to go up higher. So, but I would expect probably come back and retest once again. So what else we see currently? So because it went through my targets, not my targets, like there was like all these areas, they just collected all of them because we did record the video. Yeah, it was after this move, so we were here when I recorded yesterday's update. It was all below EMAs. I was not feeling too well yesterday and didn't sleep, so I didn't actually see many things, and I didn't even want to do the video, but the commitment is made, and you know, it's the discipline just for myself. You know, the entries was on 15 minutes. I have to take a short. I didn't took the short, so, and I didn't took the longs because yesterday I was non-trader day. So, but you know, the setups were there. I was there to watch, and as I explained, guys, I'm still overcoming some of my challenges. I don't take all the trades when I need to take the trades, and then I force some trades, and that becomes a complete disaster. But there was another zone yesterday here, so that's where we deleted. We break through that. It came to this order block here. Okay, that's the other area for me, and there's another order block here which I'm looking. So, but they bounced off this one, created a W, pushed up higher. This is where I would expect to see some bounce, because it's also the wedge, the trend line, so it's retesting that. But I like that it's created high low, so I have no entries at the moment. It needs to either come back, retest, create another high low, and then go up. But or if it starts rejecting here on a smaller time frame, so I might be looking for an entries to go short, and first target would be here. So let's have a look on liquidation heat maps. Okay, so what do we have? We have 2310 and 2310, 23.0. So it's just about, so people, you know, they actually, and this is what I said about the supply zone, because this is where the liquidity is. So they might grab this liquidity. It's because people are going short here, so they bounced off, it rejects that with a hammer, and then we're going down. So because if you're looking on here, you can see there's a cluster of all the liquidity, 2306 as well, which is even closer to the price. Okay, 23, yep. So if you're looking on this, there's loads of liquidity here, so I would expect they're going to come back, collect this, and then in the reverse that. Or if they want to go for higher liquidity, they're going to really, the market maker is going to start taking some volume in and pushing some volume, and then it's going to go through with that. So, but I would expect rejection there, and there's another 22.41, which is going to be below the levels here. 22.41, this is exactly where I would expect. 41, it's there. So okay, we have the liquidation levels on. That's for the last 24 hours, 12 hours. It's 23.39, that's the same one. So 48 hours, it's going to be more above the price. Yes, so there's another one there, 23.333. Excellent. 23.33. So, and 23.33. So these are the closest liquidation levels we see. So they can come back to any of these and reject. So let's have a look on 15 minutes. What do we see? And this is what I was talking about, the W. So on 5 minutes is much better. So this is the W, because we had trap traders in here. It came back, retested, created a hammer, and it's just pushed away. So that was the entry. So I was really looking on this last night at 10 o'clock. Oh, sorry, it's 8 o'clock. But I didn't, you know, I wasn't really feeling to take any trades, but you know, that's great, and it's created on a high low, so it pushes up. It depends how far we can go now. So this is in 15 minutes. All the EMAs are spanning up as well, which is great. This is This was the yesterday's price action that, you know, it came back on this fair value gap, and then this was the hammer, meaning that, you know, you can take the trade down. So and then there is this, you know, this is the same 1 hour supply zone order block, you know, where the price is now. So you see this is already pushing up, coming back to take this liquidation level. So this is most likely already taken because the candles are pushing back up, back down. So what's my entries? I have no entries at the moment. No entries at the moment. Like I said, we need to see some rejection here, collect all these, hammer rejection, or really push back away from this area. But currently this, you know, looking on the old DMAs, it's pretty bullish for a short term. You know, it can reach up all the way up to here, collect all the orders from here, and then push back. But at the moment I don't see any entries, so I have to see the change on there. So okay, let's go to Bitcoin, see what this Bitcoin did. Okay, so same more or less on Bitcoin. It came back to 255, retested that, collected the liquidation levels here, created another on a smaller time frames high low, and pushed up, created another high low, and it's pushing up again. So how far this can go, you know, it's gonna be, we're gonna see that shortly now. So daily, what do we see on daily? Okay, it's still all above 10 EMAs, below 255. You know, we have to see how tomorrow plays out, but it's still bullish for a short term. Okay, we talked about these areas here because that's where I would expect, but it's also 255. And looking on, zooming out everything, we are pushing up. We do have to expect retrace at some stage. You know, after all this move, it has to come back, recharge, and then push up. So we have to expect that it's going to happen. So it's just understanding when it's going to happen. Looking on the 4 hours, the trend is changing, but also looking on this pushback, it's really strong pushback, a really bullish candle. So we might be coming back up again. So because it's came back into, you know, close to this order block, hammer, you know, rejection. Next candle was inside bar candle, and now really bullish candle again. So this information might be invalidated because we talked about yesterday about this smaller time frame information. It did broke below the neckline, but if we want to stay on this information, then we can't break anywhere on this level. So I wouldn't expect this to go if we want to go lower. Saying this, EMAs, you know, 50 is facing up, and you know, 10 and 20 start also spanning up as well. So let's see what is 1 hour tell us. Okay, so this is the same zone on 4 hours. Just gonna mark this order block. Order block. If it rejects this order block, then we're most likely gonna go down. So because then it's information here, it's broke the neckline, it creates another lower high. So and then we're going down. So because this is high low, so it's broke this neckline, so which is pushing up, but then we have to see if it's has enough to go above here. Okay, so this is also one rejection here. So where the price is currently, there is a fair value gap which was rejected multiple times. Bearish 1 hour. So bearish. I'll just quickly save this. So okay, so why this is important, because as I mentioned, for me, I can see it's multiple rejections and then the price pulled away. If they want to reject this, they can start rejecting it as well. but otherwise they need to get some volume in. So let's have a look on Bitcoin. What do we see? Okay, let's have a look on 24 hours first. They just collected this liquidation levels just above here, so 81,325, 81 people who went short, 81,325, 81,325. You say that's just in that area because people went short from here. There's also liquidation levels here. If that's going to be enough for them, they're going to reverse there. But we have large liquidation levels below 79598. 795. Yep, it's there. 598. It's there. Okay, so this is where the larger liquidation levels. This is where people went long from here. It would be the same way as I would do. I would look long, but I would probably move my stop loss order to break even, or to be onto this level, because this is another high low. So what else do we have on above 48 hours? Yeah, there's another liquidation level there, 82,773, 82, and that's going to be up there. So 82,773 in between there. So 82,773. Okay. So currently, like I said, it's great. It hasn't broken below here, which is great. It is strong push up. It's also all the EMAs start looking, bending up, but we need to break, above all this order block, because these are like the strong zones we previously rejected. It needs to break above them. Break above, maybe reject the order block, comes back, retest the 50 EMA. That's how I would expect. So if the EMA comes like this, then it breaks there, comes back and goes up. That's what I would expect, but until that's happened, it's difficult to say. What's my entries? My entries would be any rejection from this order block all the way back to any of EMAs, or if this starts rejecting here, holding the level, multiple rejections, comes back, a hammer rejection, collects the liquidity, rejects, and then starts coming back. That's probably going to be my entries. Looking on 15 minutes, all the EMAs are up as well, so we are at the order block, fair value gap and 1 hour is there, so we are at that level currently. It comes back, collects this, and on smaller time frames it creates an information. That's my entry to go short. It means that they exhausted the move. Also, we are still in Asia. Asia is setting the initial high of the day. Once that's set, the price usually will come back lower, and then UK, we can expect either it comes back, collects the top of the initial high of the day, or low, initial low of the day. So there is a 15 minutes order block here, okay, where it can come back, retest, and go up higher. So that's what I would expect. What I would expect to come and test it. There's also these traders here. Okay, these are trap traders here. So these are my zones. What I'm looking. This came back into this fair value gap. We can see it's came back into this fair value gap. We always, that's what I see, and that's what I do. Is when the price pushes up, if I'm watching the charts on the smaller time frames, it's not the same. Price bounces off your area, it comes back, it creates a fair value gap, it comes back up, it comes back and retests that fair value gap, and then you on that fair value gap you can enter. Okay, that's your entry for long or short, so whichever way direction you're looking at. So that's usually how I also look on the things. And also there is a news event today. We have core PPI. Okay, that's a market mover as well, so we have to expect that's gonna happen at the end of UK. So okay, let's have a look quickly on the other charts. What do we see? Some altcoins, what they did for us. Okay, this is Avalanche. It didn't came back into my order block, but it's rejected, retested the 255 on 1 hour. It's created the same on W. It's pushed away higher low, and it's pushing up higher. So it is at this level currently. It's same order block, supply zone, whichever way people want to call them. Whatever, it's easier for you to understand, not to overcomplicate things. There's another order block here where I would expect price to reject, but once it breaks through, I'm gonna mark this, and then main order block is this one. So what do we see? Order block. What do we see? It has brought, if this is an information, it's created a lower high, lower low. Now we have to see what's going to happen on this level here. So looking at 4 hours, it's strong bounce off 50 EMAs, but it needs to break above this order block for us to go higher. So okay, that's 4 hour order block. That's the same areas we were looking on 1 hour. It's pretty bullish. Okay, strong bounce off, strong hold, but it needs to break above that and see that. It's also 4 hour EMA start coming back. If it starts going up, then we can expect Avalanche to do some nice run, but we have to see how all the rest of the markets also play out. So quickly on a few others. H bar, same H bar, came back, bounced off. I didn't mark this zone, but it's actually marked. It's bounced off this zone, and it's created a it's actually higher low on here, so it's also came back another higher low, but we are rejecting the zones currently now. So there's this order block which was rejected previously. Okay, why I'm saying it's rejected, because it came back, retested and bounced below. So this is the supply zone, which is where they are currently. I would expect either come back to this one or reject here and starts coming back down. So because yeah, we are rejecting already this area. So and then there's a weak volume coming in. So on 15 minutes we can see some price holding the levels. We are at the EMAs. Same again, it's created the initial high of the day. There is this trap trade zone, order block, okay, whichever way. It's bouncing off that zone, so if we can't break that, we expect coming back down. So how far we can go down? First target is going to be this order block here. Okay, that's going to be my first target. If it breaks below this, then we're going lower. So okay, link. Okay, so this is the 5-minute W, so link as well. So it's kept going down, came back into the demand zone on here, bounced off the demand zone, came back, created the W and pushed up. So we are currently on this demand zone or supply zone. Same again, it needs to break above, come back, retest any of these zones for me to really look on some entries. Currently I don't see too many entries like what I could take currently. I just have to be waiting. So XRP went through my zones. There is an order block here. That's all area is or demand zone, whichever way, guys. It's easier for you to understand. So for me, I put order blocks because the candles that created the moves. Well, this is an order block here, this candle here. So, but this is demand zone really. So came back, same again. Retested. We're currently at this order block, retesting, and the move looks very strong, so we would expect this to come back and push through. Same again, it needs to break above all these to give us confidence that we're gonna go higher. So Aave, same again, it's broke below and retested this area here. It was retested already once before, so it's came back, retested the same again. You see how nice push back up, you know, that gives you the confidence, and it's also smaller time frames W, and you just enter and done. So anyway, that's all guys for me today. Same again, there is a BITGET link below if you want to trade and get your rebates on the fee. So otherwise, let's catch up on the next one. Ciao ciao.